Good morning, or hello, Math 7 students. This is Unit 3, Lesson 9 on adding and subtracting polynomials, which is really just like combining like terms with a little bit of distribution here and there. More of what we've been doing. So starting off with a polynomial is simply just an algebraic expression. An algebraic expression. I'm making these videos on Christmas break, holiday break, whatever you want to call it. An algebraic expression sorry, got distracted. Many is not the right word, multiple. With multiple terms. And the important piece to recognize here is that when we say expression, that means it has no equal sign. An algebraic expression cannot have an equal sign. If it does, then it becomes an equation. So let's go ahead and jump into this first example here. You can see over to the side, we've got this little steps kind of here for adding polynomials, how to proceed. And per usual, you're going to start with any distribution because, again, that multiplication comes before any adding or subtracting in order of operations. Once you do that distribution, that allows you to drop the parentheses, and then you can combine like terms and write it in simplest form. So if we take a look at this first example here, I can see that I do have a 1/3 on the outside of the parentheses that needs to be distributed or multiplied to both pieces inside that first parentheses. So I'm dealing with a fraction, which means I immediately want to take my numbers in the parentheses and turn them into fractions by putting them underneath a 1. I'm putting a 1 underneath them. Sorry, I misspoke there. So now that fraction multiplication is going to be a little bit easier. So we have 3x times 1 on the top is just 3x, and 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 24 times 1 is 24. 3 times 1 on the bottom is 3. So you can see here that when I'm multiplying by 1/3, it's really just like I'm dividing each of these pieces by 3. So I'm gonna take another step and go ahead and do that. So 3x divided by 3, those 3's divide out. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that leaves me with 1x minus 24 divided by 3 is 8, because 8 times 3 is 24. So I took care of any distribution. I can drop parentheses. There's nothing on the outside. Well, technically there is a 1 on the outside of the parentheses here. But if I multiply 1 by 7x and 1 by 5, that doesn't change the value, so we don't have to go through that process. We can, however, and we have to, drop those parentheses and carry those two pieces down. And I'm just going to go ahead and carry that down again. And now I can just combine any like terms. So keep in mind I have a 1x and a positive 7x that I can combine, leaving me with 8x. And then those constants, those are like terms also. I have -8 and positive 5. -8 plus 5, that leaves me with a negative, because there's more negatives than positives, 3. So my final simplified answer there is 8x minus 3, and there's our example 1.